Do you like a sausage?
No, I don't even really eat a pork sausage, man. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of beef, bit of chicken as well. Is that part of meat? Is that meat though?
Yeah, I'm vegan. That's definitely meat.
Oh, sorry.
Is it meat?
When did you become a vegan?
A bird had to die for you to have that chicken.
Yeah, but that's the predator world. That's the way the world works.
You don't go and kill it yourself. You buy it from a supermarket shelf. I'm Claira Hermit. This is In Bed with Claira, and joining me in the bed today, content creator, host, comedian, it is Christopher Savage.
What's going on, people?
Joy.
We are here. I'm in bed with Claira.
Yeah, there's some water there if you need it.
I think I have some now.
I did spit in it earlier, it's fine.
It's all right, it's your saliva. I don't mind.
I was going to try and gross you out, but it didn't work. Chris,
Yeah, go on.
great question for us to start with that I've written here. When's the last time you had sex?
Yesterday.
Did you?
Would you prefer missionary or doggy?
Much more missionary.
Yeah, because I like to look in their eyes.
Yeah.
I think when I was younger, when you're just on that barbaric shit, you just like doggy. But you see, when you get older and you start to get more in tune with the woman,
Yeah.
you can look in her eyes.
So it's all about the emotional connection.
Yeah, it's the connection, man. I want to see how pretty she is as well.
Since you started having sex, what's been the longest that you've been without sex?
About a week. I need pussy, man.
Active.
I'm physically fit.
Right.
My energy's up. I train every day.
Yeah, you train in more ways than one, you.
What about you?
9 months now.
9 months? What
Yeah.
the hell? Why?
I don't just want to have sex with anybody. Like, I want a
connection.
relationship. Well, I want a relationship as well.
Are you saying that you have to be in a relationship first before you have sex?
Maybe, but no. If I really felt like I was getting on with someone, the connection was there, and that's where it was headed, then yeah. I think the last couple of guys that I've spoken to, like both of them, I have said the physical stuff needs to be off the table for a while until we have built like an actual emotional connection.
Do you feel that though, guys just play the game until they get what they want? For me, right, I always feel that sex with anyone is a gamble. It's 50-50 because you don't know that person's intention. A man could play that game for a whole year, be banging other girls on the side and be just treating you like, yeah, he's the one. And then when he's got what he's got, that is it. That's why I say, that's why I never complain.
Is that what you do?
No, but what I'm saying is, yeah,
How do you know this so well?
because I just know, because I tell you why I know. No, wait, hear me out.
Ladies, watch out.
No, let me tell you what happened. I found this out when I met one of my girlfriends. She was from Birmingham.
Yeah.
She was scared to have sex with me, right? And it was the first night. So we had sex the first night and we ended up going out with each other later on down the line.
Yeah.
But the reason why we kept on having sex, I didn't judge her from the get-go. So I feel like it doesn't matter whether you have sex or not with them on the first night. You just have to go with the chemistry.
Everyone has a different way of doing things. Like that kind of question, like, should you have sex on a first date? Especially as a woman, you are thinking, is this person going to judge me? Is it just that they just want sex and then I'm never going to see them again? Don't get me wrong, I've done that loads of times in my life. Like, it's not like I haven't done that. But I also know that when I have sex with someone, it makes me feel particularly emotionally vulnerable. And so I feel like at this stage in my life now, having done everything that I've done, like one night stands, whatever else, that at this point I've reached a place where it's like, unless I feel comfortable, I don't want to do it.
I completely get that. But for me, like I said, I don't judge a woman if she sleeps with me on the first day, because also, if a woman sleeps with you on the first day, it might just be you she's so into that she slept with you on that day, whereas another guy might be waiting 2 months, but she could be so into you. So that's why I don't try and clock it up like, oh, she's a hoe, she slept with me on the first date. It don't work like that.
But if a woman wants to have sex on a first date, that doesn't make her a hoe, does it?
Of course, that is childish as well. That's a liquor white thing.
Because you're a comedian, does being able to make people laugh help you with the ladies?
Oh, hell yeah, man. You see when up here it goes, down there it goes.
What do you call it? PQ, pussy quivers?
Yeah, man.
Fanny flutters?
Trust me. You see, the thing is, yeah, I ain't the tallest of men. So I'm glad that I've got other attributes that help get these women in the bed. I find that I've got quite a good sense of humour, versatile with women. Even women with dry sense of humours, women that are just out extroverted, you know what I mean?
You just switch up the jokes?
You just switch it up. You just change it up towards them. It's
Yeah.
like when you go on stage and you see a certain crowd, you have to change your jokes around for that crowd. It's just the same with women.
And that helps you.
Yeah, always ask them questions as well. I feel like asking a woman questions is great.
You mentioned your height there. There's this whole narrative that's like pushed out online that, you know, like, oh, women only like guys over, I think 6 foot is generally the thing that gets pushed out online. Do you think that's true in your experience?
I think women take you as face value. If you're there in front of them and you charm them, you do what you do, then they don't really look at the height. I feel that that's their preference, but they're the ones that they're like, I don't know, he's funny, let me see what happens. Do you know what I mean?
But do you think like dating app culture perpetuates those preferences? Because
Yeah.
you're only going off that.
All the time, you shallow women. Always in the comments, oh, sorry if he's shorter than me, if he's not under... if he's over 6 foot, if he's not under 6 foot, then it's like, come on, man. It's painful, you know, because why do short men get it so hard? We can't talk about like women that's overweight online. We get slated. It's not fair, is it?
I wouldn't talk about it either way. I've dated guys that are shorter than me.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you dated a guy my height?
How tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". Yeah, probably. I reckon. Yeah.
Maybe just shave it down a bit. But
Okay.
I'm about that.
With your Cuban heels, 5'7". This whole like women with 6 foot plus thing, has that always been a thing? Because I feel like when I was growing up,
Since I was in school.
I didn't really hear people talk about it that much.
I
though.
think it started getting to like when I was about 17, 18, when women get a bit older and they start having a little bit more of, okay, I like this now, I like that now. Because in school, girls don't know what they like really, and neither do boys. When they get to a certain age, they start having more preferences and stuff. I didn't realise I was into women with big asses until I was about 22. And my girlfriend, she had this ass, man. And I just used to use it as like a couch, a pillow, everything. I literally treated it as a second part of her. Do you know what I mean? That part, go over there, but this part, they want this part. I love that.
Right. You
Start
could have
getting
just got
on
a bum-shaped cushion.
or one of those little pocket things. No, I'm all right now because I've got enough asses floating around, so I'm okay. I don't need one of those.
You've got plenty of asses just floating around.
Yeah.
Are you single?
Do you know what, right?
Wait, hold on. You can't say that.
I tell you how I want to live my life now, Claira, yeah? I want to live a polygamous relationship life.
You want a polygamous relationship? How's that working out for you? Go on.
It's great. Every relationship I get and I feel like, yeah, this is the one and I can be fully faithful with him. But then as I got older, I realised I'm just 95% of men out there, but I'm just the one that's going to be truthful. I'm not going to have a woman to say to her, it's just going to be me and you. I want a woman that I'm saying to her, look, this is me. I'm not a faithful guy. I give you everything else, but one thing that's bad about me is I'm not a faithful guy. So if you want to continue this, then cool, you understand me. But if not, I fully understand that. And I feel like men need to be more honest with women. And if you're more honest with women, you actually might be surprised. Most women are going out with men, and then men are getting shared by other women. So if I'm just honest, sometimes women just say, you know what, I'm going to go...
Are you happy with them to go and have other boyfriends?
We have to talk about that.
See, no.
All right, I'll tell you what I don't mind. No,
Okay.
hear me out. I'm into a woman that doesn't mind other women.
Yeah, of course you are. That's not
You can
real.
go and do your thing with the other woman,
no,
you know?
No,
You can go and do it, but I don't want a woman to be with another man. That's fine.
But that's so like the hypocrisy there.
Listen, it's no hypocrisy there.
Why?
It's what I want. And
Okay.
there will be women out there that don't mind that.
You know what? And I salute you for that. I think if you are going to tell the truth and then women get to choose whether or not that's what they want,
Yes.
then that's absolutely fine.
Give them that choice.
But I do think, you know, it's a bit double standardy, isn't it?
It's quarter standard.
He's creating his own standards over here. He's creating his own
Because
standards.
if I give you what you want, but just not everything you want, that's fine, because you still can see someone else.
So
but just
how
not
long
a
have you
man.
been doing
I
this?
want another sausage in my gal. You mad?
Well, you're going putting your meaty sausage in other girls, so you know.
She might like the other girl. She might be like, hey, bring her in.
Okay. How long have you been doing this polygamy?
I discovered it last year.
Okay, and how is it going so far? Because I can imagine, like, if it was me, and this obviously isn't going to be all women, and for some women that would be their perfect scenario, that would make me really jealous and I would hate it. Has that happened?
You know what? I feel like women, they say they're all right with it, but I feel like after a while, they kind of get a little bit like, no, I need to be number one. Their emotion starts taking over, and then that's when the jealousy. At the beginning, they're probably all right with it because they probably see you as, you know, Like, yeah, I could work with this, you know, it's cool how it is, and then, you know, they get more serious.
Yeah.
So I do think a lot of it is bullshit.
So it's not really working that well
It's all right. It's not bad.
because you don't mind the drama?
No, because if they start getting too emotional, then I'm going to have to move on. And you know why I have to move on? Because I was honest with them. And if you can't accept me for what I am or who I am, I have to move on. I'm not going to feel guilty anymore if I've told you how I feel. Do you understand?
Because if someone told me that, like for me personally, I'd be like, okay, cool, enjoy. Be got, like, I would never ever even
that's cool.
entertain it. I haven't got involved with someone like that, but definitely someone who's like, I don't want a relationship. In my head, I'm thinking, if I hang around long enough, they're going to change their mind. Once they get to know me, they're going to change their mind. And then they don't change their mind.
Yeah.
And then I've got really upset about it. But actually, that's my own fault because they categorically told me I do not want a relationship. And I still was like, maybe I can change him.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make him different.
And
it's
that's
like,
what a lot
no.
of women feel like they can do. Like, when let me get in there first and let me try and change him.
Yeah.
But it don't really work like that.
Don't date someone for their potential. Date them for who they tell you they are right now. I think the honesty thing, like, I rate you on that. If you know, anyone can want whatever they want. If you're going to be honest about it from the start and give people the choice whether or not they're in or out.
I actually know a girl as well. She said she don't mind a polygamous relationship as long as she's, you know, looked after well. She's number one. She's looked after. He can have these other girls, but just make sure I'm number one. So that's the type of girl I don't mind having.
Right. Have you got one of those?
I'm getting there. Look, I just started last year.
I don't know. I just feel like it's like one of those things. But for a lot of men on paper, it sounds idyllic. But in reality, I don't know how often that works, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find that there's little subcultures and communities that are into what you're into.
Good luck on that. I hope it works out for you.
It will. Watch.
What's the worst part of dating as a man?
Getting to know them phase, because I feel
Is that like the talking stage?
Yeah.
You're right.
Because I feel like we're all just trying to put our best foot forward. So no one's being real. I just want to get to, what is your dirty habits? What
are your dirty habits?
What, in the bedroom or just in general?
Well, if someone said to you, what's your dirty habits, what would you say?
All right, so my dirty habits, I was thinking about like what do you do that's kind of nasty?
Yeah.
I don't like women with animals. I don't like your dog coming up on my bloody bed. I was having sex with this girl one time and the cat started scratching the back of my foot. None of that shit, blood. And no animals, no, man. And it's flea as well. And I remember, listen, I was seeing this girl once, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, she had a cat. But this cat kept moving around. You know, I come out the house and I'm there like this with my eye. My eye got red, you know?
Yeah.
So that's when I said, I don't want no girl, no cats. I'm allergic to that shit. No dogs, nothing.
I've got a cat.
Yeah, I don't want any of that.
It's fine.
If you got a cat, that's fine, yeah? But
Well, you just said it wasn't.
No, but what I'm saying is keep it outside. They belong out there. Especially if I'm in the house, they belong out there.
Right, so you want to know if people... You could just find that out really easy in the talking stages, though, couldn't you? Say, have you got a cat?
Yeah, no, you
That's
asked
not really
me,
a dirty
you asked me
habit.
one of my dirty habits. Also, I don't like a girl that is just unhygienic. So if you come to a house and the kitchen's dirty, you know, say I'm coming to your house, clean up your plates. You know what I mean? I don't like dirtiness. I don't like seeing any of that, because then it makes me think, oh God, what's your drawers like? It's all connected. I feel like hygiene from your house makes me think, okay, you're just one of those girls that just like to powder makeup on and put on everything, but nothing else is clean about you. I don't like that.
So you tidy house, no pets.
Yeah.
You could just put that in your dating profile, couldn't you? it's not that hard. Because you were just talking about people being honest when you're in the like talking stages. If someone said to you, like, what are your worst qualities? What would you say?
I can be a bit too laid back or a bit stubborn. I'm one of those guys that if you say, I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm like, okay, cool, man.
Would that make a difference if you really, really liked someone?
No, even if I liked you, I'm still stubborn. That's
Right.
That's one of my weaknesses. I'm very stubborn. Like, there was this girl I was seeing. God, she was amazing. Squirter, everything. That's the best type of woman you can get.
What, a squirter?
Yeah.
What about if she's like a nice person, caring, respectful?
With a dry pom-pom. I don't care what that is. I'm not buying lube every fucking day for you.
Okay.
No, it's not gonna work.
Some people need lube.
That's fine. I'm not gonna feel like I'm in my 60s yet. You know, sometimes you have sex, sometimes it can get a little bit.
Yeah.
So you need lube, yes, but I'm not just putting it on because you're dry. That should be able to work itself.
Maybe you're not doing it.
Oh, trust me, I do it enough. Listen, I know how to season up the body.
everyone's body's different. Everyone needs a little different seasoning.
I know, and that's why a man needs emotional intelligence. You have to find out what makes her tick. Do you know what I like to do as well?
Go on.
So you know I'm a PT, right?
Yeah.
So I like to like massage women. Oh God, when I get them on that massage table, then you drop the oils. You find out from the head to the toe which part works. You even talk to them. You ask them questions.
Yeah, what kind of questions?
And then when
Look
you
at
see
that, the grin on his face.
You know what it is as well? When you see them like go, that's when you know that spot. Okay, I'll come back to that spot. You need to know a woman's ins and outs, what makes their nerves tick. Every single decimal floating through their brain, connecting to the spiritual world, the chakras all intertwining.
You're right there. Do you need a break?
Yeah, man.
Does someone throw some water on him? I mean, I was just asking you about what's the worst part of dating as a man, and we've ended up here.
Oh, sorry. Was that the question?
That's how we ended up. That's how we got here.
You said, oh, it's not, I don't know a woman enough.
No, you were talking about squirting.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how we got there.
Yeah, that's what happened. And just somehow her life started going mad or whatever. And she left me with no closure, man. And there's parts of me that want to text her and say, walk on. But I'm stubborn like that. I'm like, nah.
But you've got emotional intelligence, so it's okay to, you know, want to get some closure, isn't it?
No, man, ain't no simp out here. There's difference.
I don't think that makes you a simp.
It's different. If you ain't giving me no closure, then you're taking a piss, because the connection we had was amazing.
You still seem very wounded by it, though. So you might not have reached out to her to find out why, but it seems like you're still feeling the feels now.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should reach out to her a little bit, innit?
Yeah.
What if she says some shit like...
Who cares?
But as long as I got the closure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, in all honesty, I would so much rather that someone said to me, do you know what, like, I just wasn't feeling it, or like I met someone else, or anything than just leaving me with nothing.
That's what I mean. I know you women feel, because a lot of men do that to women.
Yes.
Ghost me. She ghosts me.
You got ghosted, bro.
I was like, she left my tick on grey. I said, nah, cuz.
Because you never know. It could have been something quite simple where it's like a miscommunication.
It could even be that.
Anything, you just don't know. But it might feel uncomfortable for you to like say to somebody, oh, you know, I'm not feeling it, or like I've met someone else, or the truth is I'm not ready for this. It can be really painful and upsetting for people.
That's true.
And I just think it's so easy and it costs you nothing and you can just let people know.
I also feel like when you're honest as well, it feels like a weight is lifted off your shoulder.
And you can be yourself.
Yeah, you have nothing to hide now. I'm like you, man. Just be honest. Tell your woman. Can you imagine how much, if so much men told women that they're not faithful, there would probably be so much less relationships, wouldn't there?
Yeah, I guess there would be probably a lot less relationships.
So I guess you got to lie sometimes.
Or just don't cheat. I mean, just don't cheat. That's the thing.
But cheating isn't that simple as you make it sound.
Why?
Like, don't cheat.
Just keep your dick in your pants. What?
You
don't cheat.
never know what it feels like to be a... I shouldn't say that, because is that wrong if I'm saying that for people that want to convert to men?
What?
But I'm saying you will never know the DNA of a man's makeup and how we just... It's like a predatorial instinct. And when you see them come and it's just... And it don't matter. Sometimes you got your girl with you, you know. And subconsciously, your predatorial instinct as a man wants to hunt that girl over there with the high skirt.
Yeah, but predators hunting is to eat and kill and eat people. It's not to have sex with them, is it?
We're talking hypothetically speaking. So like caveman times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
But how do you know cavemen weren't faithful?
Really?
There's certain animals in the world that mate for life.
That's like two different animals. Now I googled it. I think it was like 30 plus animals that are faithful. The rest.
But also, we're not animals. Like we are, but we're not. We have a completely different way of thinking and consciousness. So, and I feel like men do themselves a disservice when they say, "I actually can't control myself. I actually can't stop myself." That's kind of like saying, and they're two completely different things. I understand that, but if you can't stop yourself from cheating because of the instinct, then isn't that not the same excuse that guys use if they rape someone, where it's like, "I just couldn't stop myself. She was wearing a short skirt. I'm an animal. I can't control myself." It's like, yes, you fucking can.
I don't feel that men are made to just have one woman in this lifetime. We're not. Society's forced us to do that.
I think it depends what kind of relationship you want. Because for me, I feel like there's so much more to a relationship than just sex. And to have a really deep, emotional, spiritual connection with somebody, that kind of intensity, sex is like secondary to that.
All right, I understand what you're saying, but you just don't know what it's like to be a man, Clara. This world is treacherous, you know. God.
But you can think that, but why do you have to act on it?
Then you're going against your natural...
Yeah, but there's loads of natural instincts that we have to go against. We don't just get to be reactive of every impulse that we have. If I did that, bloody hell, I'd have been in jail by now. Do you think that there's a kind of like man versus woman narrative online at the moment? If so, why do you think that is?
There is, man. It's because of all the skits and sketches that are coming out. You know, you got your, this is what women do, this is what men do. And then the girls get in the blogs to defend the girls. City girls up, city boys up. Do you know what I mean? You get all of that stuff. I do think that is to do with all these conversations. Even now, conversation we're going to have, some of that might even get cut, put online. And they'll be like, he's an arsehole, that polygamy, what, and I can't do that as a woman. Do you know what I mean? And, well, no, he's a city boy, city boys, I agree with him. So you're going to get all of that controversy. It's always been, I think, a man versus woman thing. It's just heightened more now because of social media. Yeah. I think that's just the biggest thing. Everything's heightened now because of social media.
Yeah, but I think what's getting lost in it, actual discussions about sexism and what it's like to be a woman, no one wants to listen to that because there's this instant need to like defend and be like, no, men this, no, women, no, men this, no, men that. And I think what actually gets lost is that for years, women have been oppressed by men. Like, that's just a fact.
That's true.
We can't get over it. We can't move on until like men are willing to accept that fact and accept how it impacts people's lives. And I don't think they want to, because at the moment it gets in this man versus woman conversation, that gets lost.
And this is what men like to do a lot as well. Almost like racism, right? Women will tell them the men their problems, and men will go, yeah, but us men, shut up, bro. The woman's trying to tell you how she's feeling. Stop bringing it back to you. Yeah. And it's like racism. We'll be telling someone about, like, as a black man, I'll be telling someone about my struggle. Someone will be like, yeah, but us women, or, yeah, but white people do this. You know, I'm not talking about your culture, I'm talking about my struggle. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think men, we just need to shut up and listen to the woman when she's talking about her struggles rather than bring it back to us. But talking of struggles, there is a big difference as well. Like, you will see, like, what's her name? Blueface and that Chrissy girl, right? There was one time where you can see him just looking stressed, right? And in the comments, you should have seen it. The guys, the girls, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? However, if it was a woman in that stressful position, he's mentally enslaving her and this and that. Do you get what I'm saying? So you will always get, you women still get favoured for things as well, you know. Do you know what I mean? As well, and I know it's a man's world, but women do get their good side, their good things as well.
What, in the comment section on blog sites? Whoa, we're really winning. Because I saw this video and there was this guy who was like, you know, the problem is in the world that we live in now is that women have actually got more power than men. And I'm like, bro, where do we have more power? Not financially, not like politically. On no area of life do we have more power than men within the institutions and structures that are. We just don't. Like, that's how it is. It was only in the 80s that a woman could get a business loan without a male guarantor. In the 80s, that's like my lifetime. In the 70s, a woman couldn't open a bank account without a man signing for it. That's when it got abolished, in like the 70s and then in the 80s. So that's like really relative. So for women, it's like we've got financial freedom now. Like, we can do all of these things. We don't need anybody to do it for us. Much the same as, and I'm not comparing sexism to racism, but same as racism, those structures exist. We know that the police, the judicial system, the education system, they're all institutionally racist.
I do agree.
And until that changes, there is a disadvantage that's always going to exist. Does body count matter?
I don't care about body count if you don't tell me about it.
But would you ask about it?
I try not to, because I don't want to be hurt. I want to just believe in your past you weren't a hoe.
What does that mean, though? Don't use that language.
What do you mean?
What does it mean to be a hoe? What is that?
I could be a male hoe.
Yeah, but it's never going to be the same, and you know it's not. It's not used in the same way.
Yeah, I am. I'm a hoe.
Wasn't that R. Kelly? Don't sing that. Bloody hell. Don't start singing R. Kelly.
If you've got a high body count, then you're quite promiscuous.
Why, though? What does promiscuous mean?
Being a hoe. just getting rooked out by any man that you see. Fucking hell, you go to the toilet, you're getting bang out. I've come across some girls that's hoes, right, and their vaginas are big.
No, that makes no difference to someone's
Fucking
vagina size.
hexagon.
Sorry. Imagine a whole baby can come out of someone's vagina. No dick is going to change the shape or size of someone's vagina.
So you're telling
your
me...
vagina is the size your vagina is. And someone has a lot of sex or not a lot of sex can still tighten their Kegels. And I can do it right now. I'm doing it right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
I can hear the
bed. I can do that with my, like, your pelvic floor muscles.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with how much sex you've had,
Ooh,
who you've had sex with. There you go. And your vagina size has nothing to do with that either. Like, no one's vagina gets bigger from having sex with more people or more sex.
It don't?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah, a baby comes out of it. You think your dick is going to change the shape of vagina when a baby can come out of it?
You can't speak for every other...
I think that's scientific, actually.
Punani's out there.
I think that would be science.
Really?
It's a muscle. What do you think you're going to do to it?
It's like if I train my muscles every day and I do my exercises like your Kegels, then it will get stronger, won't it?
Yeah, get tighter because it gets stronger and stronger and
That's
stronger.
what I'm saying. So you can get a tighter vag.
You could maybe do more squeezing, but if you've got like a wide vaginal cavity, you're
saying that's genetics?
cavity. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's like you've got different sized penises.
Imagine, so if you're born with a wide fanny, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but what's a wide fanny? If someone's got a massive dick, it's not going to be a wide fanny, is it?
It's true, though.
I'm never going to say the number of people that I've slept with, but I think by men's standards, I probably have a high body count, right? However, what I would say is I don't think there is anybody who knows me without me saying this that would say that I was a hoe, because no one knew what I was doing, who I was doing it with, where I was going. Like, I wasn't being promiscuous. I just had a lot of options, and I chose to take some of those options.
Oh, that's fine. Look, what a hoe is, it's like a man. If he's got his woman and he's fucking other women on the side,
like you
right?
like
It's
to
like
do.
community willy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you
it's
like
like
to do.
community vagina.
Like you're a hoe. You're a community willy.
But I'm an honest community willy.
Right.
I'm not that type of guy that would just cheating on her with like loads of different... That for me is hoish. A man might wash his willy off sometimes and he would just go and sleep with that.
in the sink.
Yeah, exactly. Wash his dick in the sink. I'm too short to wash my dick in the sink. I got to stand on a stool. Sorry. I can't do that. I've never experienced washing my dick in the sink. I always wanted to do it though.
How did you learn about sex?
Back in the days,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was in other cultures, but my culture, they used to give tapes, hang out. Yo, you have a blue movie there.
Yeah.
You got a DVD, and they'll just hang. You used to share DVDs, like, it's a porn DVD. So this man, upstairs neighbour, he was friends with my dad, and he was like, "Oh, give this tape to your dad." I was in primary school, me and my brother. Yeah, we pull it in. I even remember it to this day. There was this chunky woman, and she was getting mashed out on the sofa, and I was like, whoa. We knew it was wrong, so we quickly ran and pull it in my mum's wardrobe. And then when they went away, it was 2 days later. I think it was on the weekend. I think they went shopping or something. We pull it on and watched it again.
How old are you?
I was like in primary school, so we're talking about 6, 7, 8.
Whoa.
Yeah, I watched porn from early, so I've been exposed to sex from early. And that was kind of accidental because that tape worked for us. But I watched that, and then from there, I used to always see different tapes, and I used to watch porn on the sly. And then from there, I used to watch like X thing on Sky and all of that, like before. And then, you know, when it cuts out, because you don't have subscription, but you watch the countdown. I used to watch all of that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you learn about sex from porn, essentially, which is what most people say. Did you actually learn anything useful from that?
Yeah, I learned a load of useful things from porn.
Like what?
Different positions, things you like, fetishes, or just like positions that you like. So things that you wank to and you come to quickly, you're like, oh yeah, I like that. And then you realise, oh shit, I'm going to try that out. Do you know what I mean? And that's how a lot of people discover their fetishes, when they watch certain things and they one day they just bust quicker than normal. And you're like, oh shit. Do women watch a lot of porn as well?
It depends. I think some women do, some women don't. When I was watching loads of porn, or not loads, when I was watching porn, I should say, which I don't really at the moment, I would really only watch lesbian porn, but I'd say that I'm completely straight.
A lot of women do like watching lesbian porn.
Do you know why?
Because of the way they've been treated.
Yeah,
and
I would want
affection.
someone to do that to my body.
100%.
Whereas straight porn,
That's
I'm like, that would hurt so much.
All right, so that's what I learned.
Yeah.
Thank you. You hit the nail on the head. I watch a lot of lesbian porn.
Yeah.
And I watch how they deal with the women, and I deal with the women like that. Do you know, I felt like in my life, in my past, I should have been a porn star.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how much into sex I am. Like, I'll read books on it.
Do you think you're a sex addict?
No, I'm just like a sex, what's the word?
Pert.
Yeah, like I enjoy understanding the ins and outs of women and reading books and what makes a woman tick. Because I feel like most things men do are for the other half. Clothes, cars, being successful.
Don't you think it's to impress a lot of their mates, though, a lot of it?
Some of it, but a lot of it is also so you can attract these women as well. If we do a lot of these things for these women, why not get to know them better? Why not read on them? Why not educate yourself on them? There's a lot of women that actually don't know about men. I went to a talk show once and I was talking about polygamy and, you know, men cheating on women. Do you know a lot of women don't even know that men do that? Because they don't hang around enough guys, or a lot of women don't have brothers, so they don't really see how men are. There's a lot of girls that will say, oh, my brothers are just disgusting. Yeah. But they know how men are. So almost a lot of the times, if they get cheated on, it will still hurt them, but they might have a bit more of an understanding, okay, that's just men, because my brothers were like that. I know, it's sad.
I don't like it.
It's sad.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in bed?
I didn't manage to get it up once. That was quite embarrassing. But I've never really had much embarrassing experience.
What was the reason? Why couldn't you get it up?
I was trying to film it. When I was trying to film it and the camera kept dropping, my dick was getting hard and it just started to shrink. The more I was trying to fix it. And then from there, my brain weren't working right. It's embarrassing because you're forcing yourself to try and get hard and it's getting worse. You're not relaxing, you're a bit nervous now. Now the fucking camera don't work. Nothing's going right for you. Do you?
You filmed your most embarrassing sexual moment. You know, stuff like that does happen to guys. I think it's just part and parcel, isn't it?
It is, but imagine though, because I'm a pleaser, so imagine she's just laying there all fucking, and you can't even do nothing. You feel like an idiot, a real waste, man. Am I going to use this? And I've got small hands as it is. Not going to work, is it? So,
what about this?
I think that with those type of things...
Look how serious you got then.
You got to do the finger test though, man. And
What's
stuff
a
like
finger
that.
test?
Come on, man. You be hugging a woman, you finger her, you be hugging a woman. Or... Okay.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, it is. It's embarrassing for a woman to see that you're smelling how a pussy smells. You got to try and do that in discreet. When you're hugging her or something, you just put your hand round it and just...
I mean, I rate you for your honesty.
Yeah, you got to be honest.
I didn't know that was... I didn't really know that
the
was an
finger
actual
test
thing.
is the one.
I don't know if I've done that to a man before.
Have you done a willy test?
I might have done, yeah.
Really?
I don't know if I've done it like that.
How do you do that? What, grab these balls and just...
Yeah, there's nothing worse than that.
Are they really men out there with like
balls.
cheesy balls?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there are.
Oh, God.
There really are.
That's horrible.
What's the wildest thing you've ever done in bed? I don't know if I want to hear the answer to this.
I'm a role play man as well, you know. I will buy toys and use it on girls. You know what I mean? Brand new for them. It's got their name right on it. Do you know what I mean? I like testing shit out. But I don't feel that women should use toys all the time because it desensitizes them. It's like wanking.
But it doesn't actually desensitise you. It's just you get used to orgasming in a certain way.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So by the time I come there now and it's wanking all week with this vibrator, my hand or whatever can't move as fast as this fucking rolls. Do you know what I mean? So by the time I get to you now, you want it faster because you're used to your rolls.
From my personal experience, when I first start having sex with someone, if I've been like masturbating quite a lot, or if I've really liked someone, then I might have been doing that anyway, thinking about them.
Oh, really?
But what I will say is I don't think it makes any difference because the experience of having sex with someone is so different that I don't actually think it does make any difference to me personally.
Really?
Yeah.
But wild things, yeah. I like all types of shit. Like I got all them fucking, what's them wall bungee things? I got straps, I got things that hold your legs.
What, you can tie people up like a sex swing?
Yeah, man. I love that shit. You know, I've been to loads of sex parties as well, you know.
Are you a regular on the circuit?
No, not a regular, but I like to liberate women at sex parties. I feel like when I take a woman there, she just feels much more liberated after that. I like a woman that uses her own initiative. Improvs. I think that some women feel that being kinky is just making noises. But there's more to it. Do you know what I mean? There's more to it. Being kinky is a natural thing you have. Do you know what I mean? Like, even just switch positions without you telling them. They will say something that's just nasty to you. They might even fucking get their fingers and just shove that in your mouth. They do it themselves. That will match my
Takes our own initiative.
Yes, because I like that. That's my level. I'm not scared of that, Lee.
What kind of role play are you into?
Anything, man. The other day I played a salsa teacher.
Did you do an accent? Can you do that? Can you do the accent, please?
Hello, ¿qué tal?
Estoy
bien.
Yeah.
Mi nombre es Enrique. Sí. Yes, come, man. You come into the salsa class?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see you move. And then while she's whining, I do personal trainer role. That's where I'm strong at.
Yeah.
You start off with the measurements. You got to do it like it's a whole consultation. And while you're doing a measurement, you're being a pervert. You're just slipping that little rope around them, just moving your hand around their back slowly. Just really perverted. And then eventually you start getting them doing the exercise. So even when they're doing press-ups, they have to suck your willy. Do you know what I mean? 100. Squat on that dick 100 times. And when they're fucking tired, I can't do no more. Slap them on their ass. Come on! Personal trainer style.
You really get into the role play then.
Yeah, can you feel it? Can you hear it? Can you see the passion?
For me, it was the Spanish accent that did it.
I do it all. Fireman.
Do you have costumes?
Yeah, I've got fireman costume. Even Fed, you know. Even a Ross Clark policeman. I don't care. I arrest your blood clot. You know that one there? Arrest your clot, yes. Cough up your backside. Fucking all that.
Oh,
give you my trunction.
Where do you keep? So you've got like
I got a whole cupboard.
ropes,
A whole fucking
costumes, the whole lot. Sex toys.
You see in my bag, I even got fucking dreads and shit.
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you in bed?
I remember I just had a funny time when this girl tried to really be sexy with me and she fell off the bed. She tried to do all of this kinky shit. She got there, she went boodoof. That's one.
Was she injured?
Nah, she was all right, but
Okay.
she was laughing about it. But it kind of it didn't kill the mood because I joke as well.
Well, we can tell, Enrique.
Do you know what? I tell you what weirdly happened as well. Don't call me, you just call me Enrique.
Hola.
Yeah,
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Come on. What happened to you?
Girl farted. That's probably happened to a lot of people.
Fanny fart or normal
No,
fart?
proper put.
Oh.
And it was in doggy as well, you know.
Did it smell?
Tink. Rude.
Well, she probably just had gas and it's really painful. You don't always know when you're going to fart, do you? Sometimes
I know.
you just got to let it out.
I didn't get angry with her.
Yeah.
I laughed.
Well done. Yeah.
Whilst I moved away.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
What a
But
gentleman.
I don't like to make women feel awkward in the bed. Some women get embarrassed about fanny pups as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, but
That's
that is
okay.
kind of
It's
like the
just air.
programming we get about our bodies, I think, as women.
Really?
Yeah. What's the worst sexual experience that you've ever had?
Oh, I was with this girl once, man. Fucking hell. Oh, God. And she's a PT as well, you know? Because back then when you're young, you look at a girl's body and think, oh, she must be good in bed. I mean, it's totally not the truth. I was on top of her and it was just, the rhythm was just wrong. You know, you just don't connect, right? And she goes, let me get on top of you. So her knees were on the mattress and she thought she was moving her waist. But all she was moving was fucking head and shoulder. She looked like Churchill the dog. Oh, yes. Oh. And I was laying there like, what the fuck? And that for me, I'll always remember that day because I just didn't come.
So did you fake an orgasm that day?
Yeah, I'm good at faking orgasms. I'm a pro at it now.
Why do you need to fake orgasms?
It gets to a point where sometimes I don't feel like coming. So I would just make up the cum.
Earlier, you told us how honest you were. Why don't you just say to him, I don't want to go again?
Remember I told you I'm a pleaser. I did it because, all right, I'm trying to please you here. I'll allow myself to be vulnerable just to please you. But I don't really like it the second round sometimes. Some girls are so good, right? Your shit stands up straight away. Like when it stands up straight away within like the space of like 2 minutes, you know that's good punani. But then there's some girls that you give them a good session and you're like, yeah, that's it, I don't want another round. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you've been through that with some men. Some men you're just moorish, right? And then some men are just, that's all right. Or not even just because some of them girls ain't they're like, all right, but I won't give you another round. So I just lie and just,
Is that your fake orgasm?
No, I just did it, but no.
That's Enrique's
I have
fake
to be-
orgasm. That
Oh, guapa.
is. What's your best advice for being good in bed?
Listen to the woman, her needs, her wants. It's all about understanding what she wants. It's about education. I feel like you should read books on it. You said that without sex, right? You can do more without it. But I believe that sex is half of a relationship. Half of it's communication, half of it's sex. They're the two main things for me, right? So if you don't understand the sexual part of a woman, if one falls, the other one's going to fall as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really important part of a relationship. I'm not denying that. What I was saying is I think that there's different types of sex. There's sex where it's kind of just physical without the kind of like emotional connection. And I don't want to have that kind of sex anymore is what I was saying.
I still think even if you're just having quickies, you just need to be a good lover in bed. If you want to be a good lover in bed, it's either natural or you have to have some sort of emotional intelligence, I feel. A lot of men don't have emotional intelligence. They just more about getting theirs. Coming quick, they're barbaric. They feel like, oh, if I stab this girl out, then it's going to work. Do you know what I mean? It might not work for every girl.
That doesn't work for the majority of women.
You don't think so?
No, it actually doesn't.
I'll give you an example, right? There's one girl, I was seeing her. The first time I had sex with her, I wasn't as rowdy with her, but I realised this girl's a bit of a demon. She likes to be roughed up a bit, right? But I didn't give her that. She didn't come that time. Second time round, you see when I gave her that real rough fuck, oh God. This girl orgasms just squirted all over the place. But that was because I gave her the rough version.
But that's obviously what she likes. But I think like for the majority of women, there's obviously a percentage of women that can come from penetration or like that's their thing. As women, there's a plethora of different things that we like. Penetrative sex can feel really good, but a lot of women, it's not possible for them to have an orgasm from penetrative sex alone. So as much as it feels really good, that's not going to be the thing that makes them orgasm. They also need like clitoral stimulation, etc. And that's just how their body works.
But that's why I'm a pleaser. So even if I feel like a woman needs clitoral stimulation, even sometimes when I'm fucking her, I'll make them use a toy. Do you know what I mean? Because I want them to get this. But that's by me just understanding women a bit more, or me not being... I think pleasers are probably the best men in bed with women when it comes to women.
Also not letting your ego get in the way and be like, no, it has to be me that does this. I can't involve a toy, or like it has to just be my dick that does this. Because a lot of guys are like, oh, I've got like the best wood or whatever it is, like I give her the good. It's like, it doesn't matter how good it is. If it's not physically possible for that person, then it's not physically possible.
So you have to work around it. You have to get your DIY toolbox out.
Well, you've got a very big toolkit.
Fucking
by
yeah,
the sounds
man.
of
I've got
things.
all types of toys.
It's got the lot. What's your favourite body part?
Well...
I can do that though, look.
Oh, shit.
Is that your favourite body part?
Nah, my legs or my arms.
Why?
Women like to grab them.
Like that?
Yeah. But I like my back as well. You know when you're on top of a woman, she's just grabbing on your back. And...
Bite you while you're dressed in your fireman's outfit or your police outfit. Which one's it going to be? Woo! What are your green flags? Like, what are your turn-ons?
Acts of service. So when a woman just likes doing things for me. I've made you this today, I've made you that, or oh, I've
made you this pasta jewellery.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I like a woman that's really act of service, and as I've got older, I've liked that more. But I'm pretty independent, so I don't really want a woman always being act of service. I like an independent woman. Oh God, that's a turn on.
Yeah.
But I realised that, you know, that's why I don't have children. Why would I have children? I started working this out, and I said, if Beyonce came to me tomorrow and said, yo, give me a child, I'll say, yeah, of course.
Because you wouldn't have to look after
it.
it?
No, it's the security.
Oh.
So I like a powerful woman that's got her own money and I've got my money. So I know she's got me, I got her.
So it's not all going to be on you to be the provider?
Yeah, I don't want all of this provider shit. I want you to do your own thing. Because I'm a bigger supporter of women, you know. Every time I'm with a girl, they tend to do more with me because I see their potential and I'm like, do this, you should do that. Oh, no. And I don't force them to, but I'm like, I like to see growth in a woman when they're with me.
It's good to be supportive of your partner, isn't it? Or partners, in your case.
Independent and act of service woman, that's my turn.
That's it. What about the other way? Red flags, turn-offs?
A woman that can't orgasm.
Wait, hold on a second.
No, I don't care. There's some women that just can't find it hard to orgasm.
Yes, but then you should work harder.
A woman that takes long to orgasm.
Then you work harder.
I'm not fucking working harder, man. Come on, man. How much things do I need to get out for this to work?
Don't you think if you really genuinely liked somebody that you would want to make that investment? But if it's just like more casual sex, then that seems like a bit of a crappy attitude because, you know, you want to make them happy.
No, but you got to understand, right? As a man, when you're trying to make a woman orgasm, right, you kind of want it to be nice cruise sailing because a man can't last that long, you know? Do you know what I mean? So you kind of want to get us kind of quick so I can get mine after.
Why can't you do other stuff?
No, but what I'm saying is if you try everything in the book and she doesn't come, right?
Yeah.
Or she takes ages to come, you're thinking about, oh, this is the long shit I'm going to have to do now. Whereas I like a woman that you know what position you can do with her and it can make her come. I like a woman that just knows. It's my ex. When I used to get her in doggy style, I knew that position will make her come, but the certain angle of how my dick is that will make her come. So I knew how to angle it, and I knew every time I felt her belly locking up and her back going like a fucking turtle, I was like, yes, she's gonna come. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that was easy. So even if I didn't make her come in every other position, I knew that one would make it work.
Yeah, but wait, but that's, you're in a relationship with her. You've had time to work that out. If you're just having, like you've said, some women you only want to have sex with once or whatever, or you're having casual sex with. Do you know, with heterosexual couples, the most women, 4% of women say they come in like, you know, in casual sex. Yeah. Only 4% of women.
Really?
What I'm trying to say is sometimes it takes women longer, and they shouldn't be punished for that. No, you shouldn't make them feel bad for that.
No, I'm not saying there's something wrong with it. What I'm saying is I don't mind if a woman doesn't come with me on the first night, second night even. Yeah. I want to know what makes her come, and we're gonna try that. And if I feel that it's like 20 minutes, oh right there. Oh yeah, there. Okay, and then they lose it. And then you go again, and they lose it, and they go. That's what I'm talking about. Just the effort put into it.
I feel like that's most women, though. He's a lazy lover.
I literally ain't lazy. I really ain't lazy. But it gets to a point. All right, okay. So as a woman, let me ask you this question. As a woman, if you couldn't make a man come from head, it will take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes of you just going gong, 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 gong. Right, 20 minutes, gong, 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 gong. Every single time.
What the hell is that noise?
Every single time, giving it a guap, what is it?
Guap 3000.
Yeah, guap 3000 for about 20 to 30 minutes. And you knew this is what you had to do to make him come. Wouldn't that be a bit like tedious? After a while, come on. And don't lie either, because I'm listening.
No, that it would be a bit tedious. If
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying. There's some women out there that you know what makes them come, but sometimes it just takes them long. Cause head, it takes a long time for me to come during head. Like, do you know what I mean? So I'd rather a woman not try and get down there all the time and try. Fair enough, you can start it off, you can get me hard, but it's gonna take for ages for you to try and make me come like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You couldn't do it. I'm telling you, it will be too much for you. And it's just like men. Sometimes women are just too much. It's a lot of pain.
Pain?
Yeah.
Like your wrist starts aching?
Yeah.
Just let me just lubricate my joints.
Then they were like, put your fingers in there, and now your fingers are fucking getting bent up and twisted after a good 10 minutes.
Would you be offended if you had sex with a woman, you came, but she hadn't finished? Would you still be up for helping her finish?
Of course.
Good.
Of course. Like I said, that's my favourite thing. I tell you what, if I have sex with a woman, and if I know she's orgasming, right? Do you know that makes me orgasm as well? That's how much pleasure it is for me to know that a woman's coming, because it makes me, we come at the same time. Yeah. That's why I say, for me, it has to be that. That my turn on is knowing that a woman that can orgasm.
The end. Thank you.
No
this has been fun. Have you enjoyed this?
Yeah, it was great.
Have you? Right, should we go to sleep now?
Yeah.
Don't let Enrique turn up, all right?
Go on then, let's
Get
go
your
to
salsa
sleep.
shoes out.
Yeah, go on.
And your little...
Go on.
Right.